So for my final project, I made a Discord bot. Okay, I don't know what they're talking about. Anyways, they're using the test channel that I specifically made for this bot. I don't know why. Anyways, my bot is named Chud Son, because that's what he is. He is my Chud Son. Most of the time, he's just kind of silly reactions. I can Topi react this guy, and well, something happened. Oh, that message is too long ago. Yeah, you can see the bot will like, yeah, if that onion ring you picking up, yeah. So the bot just responds to like silly in text things. Uh, so you know, onion, it puts this because when that onion ring, uh, there's also like there's stuff like this. It responds to all sorts of things. Anyways, here's the bot code. You can see it is quite long. So I'll go through. First, the simplest thing is on message. So basically, at the top here, you can see it imports a ton of stuff. User IDs, image paths, some booleans, some arrays. The intents are important because you need it to be able to read message content. You need it to be able to see members. You need it to see reactions. This just sets the command prefix exclamation point. This sets some emojis and everything. Anyways, on message, it checks who the author is first. If the author is the bot itself, it doesn't respond to it. It just immediately breaks the function. Then, if it's not the bot author, then it turns it into two variables: content, which is just the raw like content of the word as a string, and then message words, which is a collection of all the words in the string. You can see it is also set to lowercase. That way, any capitalization works. So you can see here earlier when I typed in, you know, these two phrases, uh, it actually like responded with the GIF that I set. So it looks for that. There's all sorts of, this is Persona 5 stats. But yeah, basically it checks for any of these words that I set. This one uses those booleans at the top. Basically, this is so that I don't have to do a really long if statement where it's like if numerical 6 is found and numerical 7 is found, if like the number 6 and the word 7 is found, it just checks for one or the other and then sends one of three random gifts if it is found. So let me okay, wow. Yeah, so it sends a random GIF. Also, this guy, if I react, it sends the big leagues for him. So anyways, yeah, this is just on message. This is the on reaction thing. Basically, when a reaction, which is like the emoji, is added to a message, uh, it checks who the user ID of the message being reacted to is, and will send a GIF. So here you can see I use try and accept for each of these. Basically, that's so that if the file somehow gets deleted or moved, the bot does not implode because it doesn't find it. Uh, so yeah, it sends different images based on who sent the messages. Basically, I'll just send like, I'll send test and then react to myself. And like it sends a little GIF because I reacted to myself. Awesome. Oh, my screen is being weird. All right. So that's that. This up here, this basically it loads a txt file that you can see I import up here, and it stores it in an array, returns that, sets it to this variable of possible foods. So actually, when it checks for on message, it actually looks through every word in the message and sees if any of them are in that array. If it does, it replies with "Thank you for feeding me." You can see that earlier when we typed in, well, just food. Okay, he ignore all my friends. They are messing with me because they know I'm recording. Um, So, anyways, one of the main functionalities of this bot is the currency system. So you can see down here that balances have been updating. So basically, there is a bot currency. Here we have the global balances variable. Um, and so it opens up the currency file, loads it whenever the bot starts up. If it's not found, it just creates new data. If the data is empty, this is important because when I started it the first time, it didn't have any data in it, so it was trying to read literally nothing, which doesn't work. So it creates empty data so it doesn't create an error. And then it starts the autosave wallet function when it starts up. So this, every 60 seconds, just updates the file with new balances, unless there's an error, in which case it'll tell me. So balances, you can check balances with the command BAL. This, it just checks which user did it, checks that that user ID is in balances. If they are, it will show you your balance. If it's not, it just creates a new data point with 100 coins automatically, so you can see the balances are here. Okay, they are. You can also see what happens down here when one of the users tries a command that is not in there. They're trying to gamble. I think they're misspelling gamble. Look, that's okay. So this is how you check your balance. That's easy. It just checks this same function, but doesn't print it in chat. This is just for when the bot runs a function to check the balance against like bets for gambling. It just doesn't send in the chat. That way, it doesn't just alert the user that their balance is being accessed. This adds coins. This takes coins, just very simple, checks if the user is in the database and changes the value associated with them. This is the daily reward, adds anywhere from 100 to 200 coins based on what this random integer is. It has a cooldown of 24 hours too, so it can only be used by each user once in 24 hours. So the main functionalities are these commands. So there's roll. So roll just sends 4 emojis. That one's pretty simple. It's just the 4 emojis you can see up there. That's the value. Just adds them together, sends it as one message. Embargo requires 3 parameters: emoji name, name of a string. Okay, they're really. Okay, these guys are. We'll bust. Anyways, so embargo, you need an emoji. So we'll do Topi from Ice Climbers here. Topi and Dylan. And look, sends a little copy pasta that's used when playing Colonist, which is just a ripoff of Catan on Discord. Kill and bless are 2 commands that require password and parameters. Basically, it just runs to take coins and add coins function. It's just a dev command for me to update balances because I too can lose my money in gambling, which is the main thing for this bot. So we have roulette info to tell you about roulette. This just prints a message kind of explaining syntax and purpose. But the main roulette function, so it has a roulette command, which is separate from rolling to roulette itself. Basically, checks who it is, gets the last time the user used this command, which is stored in an array whenever this command is actually called, the actual spinning function. So that way, basically, if it hasn't been 60 seconds, you can't use it again. There's a 1-minute cooldown. You can't bet negative coins, obviously. This runs the private version of the check balance function. So basically, you cannot. It checks your balance, stores it as a variable, compares it to the bet you placed, Obviously, you can't bet more than you have. Here, takes your bet, turns it to lowercase. So basically, you choose one of these options for what you want to bet on. If it is one of those, it will spin the roulette for real. Otherwise, it will just return and ask you for a valid bet. That way, you can't just put in some random thing. So, if all the conditions are satisfied, spins the roulette. Color is green by default. Rolls a random number from 0 to 37. 37 being a stand in for double zero. So here, if any of these are, if either of these are rolled, the house wins. So basically, no bets win here. Here is a really long if statement for every number in red. So red, you might think like, oh, okay, you just check if it's even or odd. But it actually switches when red and black are even and odd. There's some kind of long math equation I'm sure I could do, but this is also easy enough. So this just checks each quadrant, just sees where it is, and which bets hit by storing it in a variable. This does the same if it's not one of the red numbers, and if it's not red or if it's not one of the green numbers, just does the same thing. Here, if the result is 37, since it's a kind of special case, just prints back this and takes the user's coins that they bet. Otherwise, it prints back the results. It takes the coins first, so it takes a bet, and then it checks all the different bets. So basically, if your bet matches what was rolled, then it adds your reward, which is calculated. That way, so it takes the coins first and then adds a reward, so you get like how much you're supposed to get, as you would in a casino. If it doesn't hit, then the statement doesn't go off and you don't get your coins back, you just lose your money. So that's one of two gambling games. I'll show you that right now. Oh, don't worry about this. We will bet just 10,000. We'll put on red and black. But you can at least see there's a cooldown. Okay, so the other main functionality is the blackjack, which is maybe more complicated. So there's a separate file that you have to import. So this is actually, I learned this through a YouTube tutorial. Basically just setting up a bunch of arrays for different cards, their values, and suits, whatever. Loads it into this like big array when it loads the deck. So you can calculate the hand value with this function. This it just takes these values in the card values array, and figures it out. Here, this is just for aces. Just like if your hand is over 21 and you have an ace, it just defaults to the ace being 1 instead of 11. This uses the pop function to basically draw the top card. So it shuffles, draws the top card. This just turns your numerical hand into a string that can be printed. See, I import this at the top here. And so when the blackjack command is used, there's an alias BJ, which my friends, of course, find hilarious, being the children that they are. It checks if there's an active game going on. You can see the active game array up here. It checks if it's not finished yet, if the user already has a game, won't run another. Checks your balance, checks your bets, of course, to make sure it's a valid bet. Loads deck, deals hand, takes your bet, of course. Loads the game data. So this is all the important stuff. This is like the console that lets it send messages, the deck, player hand, dealer hand, game data. So yeah, calculates a hand value immediately. So if it's 21 right away, you don't get to play the game. It just automatically pays you out. You win. Otherwise, it will call the class blackjack view. This is all stuff to make the embed, to make the message look nice. If the class isn't called and you just win right away. It's the main blackjack thing is here. When it initiates, it has itself, has basically the capability to send messages, the game data we initiated earlier, and the bet, which sets all the variables here. Here, gets a player hand, dealer hand has a string, gets a value of both hands. Here creates an embedded Discord message, which just kind of looks nice. It's set to green right now. And here it just sets all the data, just prints out all the variables. If the game is over, obviously it stops and it removes it from active games. Yeah, here it just sends the message. Then it creates two buttons. First is a hit button. This is if someone who is not the user who used the command hits it, it will send them basically a private message. That's what this means. That says you are not playing the game and doesn't let them play. Easy enough. But yeah, if they click hit, draws a card, recalculates a hand value, checks if it busts. If you do, the game is over. Otherwise, you can do another interaction. So stay. If it stays, this is the same clause that basically just says you cannot play this game if you are not the person playing the game. And here, it draws in the dealer's hand until it reaches 17. This is just, dealer for blackjack stance on all 17s and above. Then it calculates the values, and then here, it calculates the wins. The dealer busts, you win, you get your money back, it adds coins. Same if you beat the dealer in value. If you lose, you don't get any money back, your coins are still gone. If it's a tie, it just doesn't calculate an extra reward, it just gives you your bet back. So yeah, here, I'll show you blackjack real quick. We'll do 1,000. So you see I have a 4 and a 5. I'll hit 19, we'll stay on that. And yeah, 24, dealer busted, adds coins to my account. Yeah. So that's two different ways I can gamble. Yeah, that is basically all the functionalities of the bot so far. Thankfully, this wasn't too hard for me. I'm already fluent in Python. So, and I've made a Discord bot before. This was just kind of taking the next step for like making some more complex functionalities. But yeah, that's all the functions. Thank you for watching this whole thing. I assume. Please give me an A. This took a lot of time.